Today, we're going to be taking a look at three different rank window functions within SQL, and those are row number, rank, and also dense rank. These give you a lot more flexibility than just by using a order by within your query, and they're often used in LeetCode questions or also data interviews. So I'm going to jump on my computer and let's go over three examples. So the table that we're going to be using for these three queries is called baseball stats, which is full 2022 data. So we have player, the team, the league, which is American League and National League, batting average, hits, and also home runs. With that being said, let's take a look at number one. So we're going to be using the three different functions, row number, rank, and dense rank, to show home run leaders for 2022. And we're going to order by descending. This way I can show you guys the differences between the three functions. And our expected output is the player name, home runs, row number home runs, rank home run, and dense rank home run. So with that being said, let's start off with our basic select statement. We're going to tab this over. We're going to have as our player, then we're going to have home runs, like that, and we're going to as home runs because it's the output that we need to have. And let's start writing our first function. So we're going to be using row number. So all you have to do is type in row number just like this, make it a function, and then have over. And inside here, we're going to do an order by. So we're going to order by home runs, which we'll grab this right here. And we're going to grab it in descending order because that's what the question asks. So let's have that. And what we want to have this named as is row number home run, and just like that. So what we're going to do now is take a look at rank. So it's going to be pretty much identical to row number. So I'm just going to copy this right here and I'm going to paste this. Now, instead of row number at the front, we're going to just have rank, if I can spell it correctly. And we're going to change this to rank home run. Again, I'm going to copy this over here. And this time we're going to put in dense rank, just like that. And I'm going to name this as dense rank home run. And then we're just going to do from, and then baseball stats. So copy that. And make sure we remove this comma. Otherwise, the function will not run properly. So let's just select all this and run it. So here is our results. So Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs last year. He is number one across the board in all of these. Mike Trout had 40 home runs. He is number two based off this player list. Mookie Betts had 35, which is 3. So you can see that these are identical for the top 5 players, but it gets interesting at 8 because we have Trey Turner and we also have Freddie Freeman. They both had 21 home runs last year, but you can see row number has 8 and 9. Rank home run has 8, 8, and then skips to 10. Then dense rank has 8, 8, and then goes straight to 9. So there's our differences between those. So row number is going to look at the specific row and assign the number to it. So it goes from 1 through 12. Then our rank, if two people are tied, they're going to have the same number and then it skips. So in this example, it's 8, 8, 10. Another example could be two people are tied for 5, and then you have 5, 5, and then it goes straight to 7. Dense rank is kind of the opposite of rank. Because let's say in this example, we have 8, 8, and then it goes to 9 instead of 10. If we go back to that 5, 5 example, it would be 5, 5, and then 6. And you sometimes see these problems in interviews or LeetCode questions. So make sure you know the difference between the three of these functions. They can be helpful on that side of things. So if you have this down, let's move on to this next example. So it's going to be very similar to this first query, except we want to show the home run leaders within a specific league. So if we go back over here to baseball stats and we grab this, you can see that there's leagues AL and NL. Well, we're going to rank them by a specific league. So what I can do actually is just copy over this query. We're going to go down over here and we're going to add in a few other additional items. So after player, we need to add in our league. So I'll put in league like this. And then what we need to do now is have a partition by. So what we can do in here is partition by league. And if we copy that to all three of these, we're just going to select all this. And then you can see the ranking, how it's changed. So the first 5 players are all in the American League. And you can see the rankings 1 through 5, 1 through 5, and 1 through 5. And then we go to Mookie Betts, who's in the National League. Now Mookie Betts is ranked number 1. And then we have our ties over here. So between Freddie Freeman and Trey Turner, both hit 21 home runs. You can see 4-5, 4-4, and 4-4. Now it goes to 4-4-5, 4-4-6, and then 4-5-6 over there. And we are number 3, which is a really good example of a question that could be on like a LeetCode or in a interview. So this time we're going to be expected to grab the players who were 2nd and 3rd in hits for each specific league. And then our expected output is player, league, hits, and then also the ranking. So this didn't really mention which of the 3 functions that you would have. Often if they do, they would talk about specific ties. And in this case, we don't. So we can either use any of the 3. So I'm just going to be using rank, but here's how I'm going to be writing out this query. If you want to pause and try it yourself, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, you can watch how I write this in real time. So we're going to start off with our select statement. We're going to grab in player, we're going to grab in league, and we're going to grab in also their hits. And now is where the function goes in. So again, I'm just going to use the basic rank function. We're going to do over. Now the first part of it says hits for each league. So that means we're going to have to partition by the league. So we're going to do partition by league, and then we have to order by hits. So order by hits, and like above, I should have mentioned right here, but we're going to be in descending because we want to have the most amount of hits show up first. So descending like that, and then we'll put league hit leaders, and then make sure everything is right over there. And then from, and I think it's called baseball stats. And this isn't the final query, but this is going to be the first part of it. So if we select this over here, you can see that Aaron Judge is 1st in the American League with 177. Ohtani is 2nd with 160. Randy is 3rd with 154. So we're going to have to pull Ohtani and Randy. Then down below, we have Trey Turner at 194 and Manny Machado at 172. So we're going to have to grab those. And the best way to do that is going to be through a subquery. So what I'm going to do is build this out. So what you can have is a select statement, and then I'm just going to do select star from, and then open this up like that so we can put the query inside, and then A. And just to show you that this works properly, right? Everything shows once again. But now we're going to limit the people that were in 2nd or 3rd place. So we're going to have a where clause down here, where a.league hit leaders equals 2, or, and we can do 3. There's a few different ways you could write this, but I think this is probably the cleanest for you guys to see how this specifically works. So now if we run this specific query, you can see that Ohtani and Randy show up for 2 and 3, and then Trey Turner and Manny show up. Hope you learned a few new things within this tutorial. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Oh, and if you want to learn more about partitions, you should watch this video right here.